Well, we definitely need to increase our DPS, because that's not good enough. Greetings, exiles, and I continue my melee journey. First of all, change our helmet to Heat Shiver, because it's one of the best options for our build. Also, in addition to the new helmet, let's add Trinity support. And to be honest, I would definitely forget about this gem, but thanks to my viewers for reminding me about it, because it greatly increases our damage. Well, let's see what we got. Very good. By making these two small changes, we actually doubled our damage, while spending a minimal amount of currency. But that's just the beginning, and next we need to increase our critical strike chance, because that's a good way to boost our damage. I bought 2 medium clusters with basics of pain and pressure points. My first craft in this video. Not bad, but it could be better. Next, I buy Watcher's Eye with critical strike chance while affected by hatred. Pricey but worth it. I think we can use Bottled Faith too, but since we're Berserker, we won't buy it. We are melee builds, and going shopping is not for real warriors. Unlucky. Alright then, let's go to the trade site. I hope no one sees this. I also made a couple of unnecessary purchases, just because I wanted something to do. They increased our spell suppression chance, accuracy, and life. And as always, a little bit of exciting crafting. This complexity is why we love Path of Exile. And a little test, just to make sure I'm doing it right. Now I'd like to focus on an important topic I missed in the last video, namely the Vengeance Cascade. The point is that the extra damage from a returning projectile will only happen if it has collided with some terrain before. And this is very bad news for us, but good thing there are players who have done some testing and realized that if you increase the speed of the projectiles, they will return and deal damage under all conditions. But to do that, we need to increase our projectile speed to at least 140%. So that's what we're going to do now. We need Helmet Enchantment, Increased Frost Blades, Projectile Speed, and Anomalous Blood and Sand. But in order to add this gem, we need to buy Enlightened Support as well. Perfect. Now we can activate all of our auras. We also need to slightly change our skill tree and buy an amulet with an open prefix so we can add a craft, Increased Projectile Speed. That's it. Now our projectiles always come back to us and the Vengeance Cascade works correctly. Let's see what we have in practice. Excellent. You can see right away that our damage has increased significantly and our map clearing has become even better. So far, everything went according to plan and I gradually improved my build. But then came the first problem. Our Trinity doesn't work on Guardians and Pinnacle bosses because our weapons suck and we can't break their ailments threshold and freeze them. Because of this, we have no bonus fired damage to activate Trinity. However, if you look at this fight, our damage is relatively good even without Trinity. But that's not good, and something needs to be done about it. I know how to fix it, but I decided to go a slightly different route. Especially since I had plans to test other weapons. And I'm talking about Void Forge now. This unique sword will solve all our problems and increase our DPS. For sure. So let's go shopping. As always, we buy a weapon without the open Crucible tree. After all, this is the League mechanic and we need to interact with it. Extra damage and attack speed. Not the worst option. Also, don't forget to change our skill tree. Let's see what we've got in the end. Well, first of all, thanks to Void Forge, we can always activate Trinity and get maximum resonance. Secondly, with it our damage is much higher, and now we can freeze Guardians and Pinnacle bosses more easily, which gives us even more damage. However, there is a slight drawback, namely the attack speed, which is less than we had with the two swords, which makes the map clearing not as smooth as it was. Although I think this is a very minor drawback, but for some people this may be the deciding factor, which is why I mentioned it. In general, I'm very happy that I added Void Forge to the build. In the current version we can easily kill all non-Uber bosses and make almost all the content in the game, and do it very quickly. But honestly, at this moment I don't know in which direction to improve this build, because I want to increase our DPS even more. And I know exactly that it can be done, the only question is how. Maybe I'll do some crafting and make some really good foils and other stuff. Also, I saw a build with the Eternity Shroud and it looks sick, but it needs a lot of gear to craft. But it might be some good content though. Also, I'm really lacking skill points because I want to increase my spell suppression chance and also get access to this mastery because it's a nice boost to our DPS. In a nutshell, I still have a lot of work to do to make this into a real melee beast that destroys everything in seconds. I hope you enjoyed the second part of this series. As always, I will be very grateful to you for likes and comments, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel so you will not miss new videos. Bye everyone.